Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another Total War Rome 2 online battle, and today we're looking at a match of me playing as Tylis and my opponent playing as the Seleucids. Now I thought my Seleucid opponent, he brought an interesting army with a bunch of archers. However, I could see it work with a good pike box, crap ton of archers, and obviously those chariots. However, I do outplay my opponent in this, which is something very rare for me to do. Alright, now let's show you my army combination, our armies. Well, mine anyway, so far. I brought 2 Oathsworn, I believe 5 Tribal Warriors, 3 Celtic Skirmishers, and 3 Thracian Warriors, and 6 Raiding Horsemen. I love Raiding Horsemen and Galatian Raiders and Skirmisher Cav, the unit Skirmisher Cav anyway, because they're just such good units if you know how to use them correctly, where these Raiding Horsemen, they take out a chariot, they take out like an As at Night, they take out a Jima cavalry. These guys more than paid for themselves. They even took out a couple of light Persian archers. Now my opponent, he brought a chariot, I believe he brought 2 Ajima spears, an As at Night, a light cav, a bunch of levy pikemen, and a bunch of Persian light archers. Now basically I was very unsurprised with this strategy here, where he was just going to hill camp with his levy pikemen, and to be fair, it is a good strategy to use. However, a competent person is going to know how to break it, which as you can see I eventually do, and I basically force him to have to break the pike box himself, because if he didn't, he was just going to straight up lose. So right here, this is a long battle, by the way. No, not too long, but a decently timed one. There's mostly just micro on each side from the cav for a good part of the beginning. Now basically, what my plan here is, I know that my Raiding Horseman can beat his melee cav. Not just his melee cav, his cav in general. He cannot catch them. So I must cause as much damage as I can to his own cav with my Raiding Horseman. And I do end up doing that, and his chariot doesn't get enough kills to really justify its cost. I don't even think it broke the 100 mark. So basically over here I notice he has his chariot general, which is a very high target thing for me to get, and also you can see he moved it away, because not only because I saw it, however because you can see one of my Raiding Horsemen coming up, which means that the others are not too far behind. And over here he has protecting this little valley right here, he has an Ajima cavalry and also a light cavalry, which over here he makes a grave mistake. Over here, which I'll get to in a minute. Over here I'm just toying back and forth with basically just toying back and forth, trying to get any pot shots off I can get on his cavalry. His army comes up here. Let me just pause it real quick. I know that he more or less has a defensive line of pikemen that go around like this shape. I know there is a gap somewhere either right here, or right here. However, he keeps moving his pikemen around a bit. Up there is what I guessed, because I kept seeing the gap in different spots. Basically right here I was just kind of waiting, because I believe I was marking over here with this cavalry battle. Alright, let's send those guys over here, because basically I noticed that his chariot general is all kind of by itself. So I send in my I was about to say Galatian Raiders, my Raiding Horsemen over here to basically just start firing down his Ajima cav. And he never actually retaliates with his Ajima cav. I don't know if he forgot about them, he did it on purpose, I don't know, but I got an Ajima cav for basically 100% free, because he never sends it against me. However, what confuses me even more is he eventually did send his light cav against me. So since there's nothing really going on over here, we'll look at the other stuff. Moving my Raiding Horsemen around, and I really like how I made good use of this cover over here, because it means that his archers are less likely to hit my I keep saying Galatian Raiders, Raiding Horsemen as they're moving around through here. However, it also means that I can dip in and out, and my cavalry will stay hidden. So as of right now, he does not know I'm moving around the back, which is why he has moved his As at Night, so his Ajima cav in the position. I'm basically just waiting for an opportune moment. I believe it's yeah, there we go. I'm moving my line forward, because I knew I can't attack up this hill here. So this hill over here is probably my best option. Here you can see he has a bunch of his Persian light archers and his levy pikemen. See, I'm about to route this Ajima cav for free. And yeah, at the last second he's about to route, he starts moving it. He starts sending in his light cav. basically pull back with my raiding horsemen. However, I think my raiding horsemen actually have better melee stats than his but yeah, they basically have better melee stats than his light horsemen. So I believe I send one of them in to just go fight it. I send that one. I just send that raiding horseman in just to go fight, and the other two I just send in the third jabs. Over here you can see my javelin cavalry. One thing that actually want to be important as we were trying to loop around the back of your opponent like this is be careful of the map boundary, because a lot of times people try and push you into the boundary where your cavalry can't move as well, and also the pathfinding tends to get a little bit wonky there. So I say always keep at least like this amount of area of space away from you and the border, so that way you have just enough room. So this will be the minimum amount of space you want to be. That way you have just enough room to be able to do some quick maneuvering and get out of there. And because of the way these trees work, I'm over here so I can get a quick escape behind them. However, my opponent, he cannot, because he'll have to come all the way around here to get the same advantage I did, or I'll have to duck behind there, and if he does that, he'll definitely lose the cover of his Persian light archers. You really need to play to each map to your ability, and you really make decisions on the fly. See, this light cavalry is losing decisively against my raiding horsemen. See, he has some of his Persian light archers moving down the hill. They come and help, and I do believe I actually catch them. Now he eventually gives up with using. Now he knows that he no longer has any cavalry covering his one flank, so he now has to make a decision, and that decision was not a very good one. I agree with moving his cavalry to the other flank. However, well, number one, he knew my raiding horsemen were there, so he should not have turned his back as that knight's back to me. However, he sends in his scythe chariots. Now again, as you can see right here, I saw him doing that, so I ducked behind there. So even if he does move his Persian light archers up, I'm not sure if he does anymore, they're almost instantly hidden. I have a defensive bonus. I actually do end up catching chariots right when they're about to go into my line, which they only really did some damage. They did some damage to my Oathsworn and my Tribal Warriors, not much though. And he caused quite a bit of damage to my Celtic Skirmisher, however, nothing. He didn't rout any units with it. There are actually a couple javelin throws up there, which you do not want that happen. Chariots in general, yes, they're high health units, so you want to maintain that health as much as possible. Because anyone, if they know that they're going to charge your chariots into their line, and they're going to do everything they can to kill it. So every health point is vital, even on this high health unit. There you go. I get some back charge and actually kill two of them before they even charge. See my Oathsworn, only 10 there. It actually says my Oathsworn's winning. They're down to 6. Steady. It does say they're winning. And again, look, only really Celtic Skirmisher. They got a couple more Oathsworn. Only about 20 of them to go. 3, 2, 1, 2, and Tribal Warriors. Yeah, a good amount killed. He only really killed most of my Celtic Skirmishers. You can stop there. So I send my raiding horsemen around. At this point, I lost all my raiding horsemen over here, and they're starting to run out of ammo, which is where the usefulness starts to run out. Because they are still light missile cavalry, which means they do not have a very good weight bonus to their charge. Against these two other heavy cavalry units are not going to be of much use. These 3 raiding horsemen, however, still have a good amount of ammo. And again, he was making very good decisions, hopping in and out with his Persian light archers. He definitely should have kept doing that. That was a very good idea. So over here you can see I have my Galatian, my raiding horseman firing shots in as at night, and I'm going to say a lot of the reasons I won this game was this frustration of my opponent, because you gotta be Javelin, Cav, and Horse Archers are just such painful units to deal with. Because basically, unless you have longer range units, or better range units, or faster cavalry, you're basically not going to be able to get rid of them. And I just kept... There we go, I fired some more shots into the Jima Cav. Since he's engaging one of my raiding horsemen, he cannot fight my other raiding horseman, and I basically just get little pop shots at him. Here's another As at Night coming through. Now one really big thing is that since I got rid of his general, his levy pikemen and his Persian light archers are not disciplined units, which means that now the generals they already have a morale drop. Not enough for a visual morale drop. However, it's not good. It means that basically later on, just going to pile on and on. So he does move a bunch of his Persian light archers up, and I mean, he brought a lot of Persian light archers. I don't even think this is all of them. However, he does actually catch my raiding horsemen. However, they're about out of ammo, so I decide that if I'm going to lose them, I might as well take out as many of these archers as I can. That's really the only thing that would be useful for at this point. So I actually almost instantly rout one of them. I'm about to rout a second, and I believe I go for a third, however I don't quite get it. So now I decide that this is my time, as his cavalry is tied up over here. Most of his archers are no longer in place. This is my time to go in, take out one of these pikemen. Because really, if someone ever actually guys, one quick tip here. If someone ever pike boxes you, or even if there's just a straight wall of pikes, don't try and take out all of them. You're not going to be able to do it. Take out one of them. If you can take out one pike unit, that makes a hole that you can go in. And that is all you need, because once you get around the sides or the back of a pikeman, all their strength is now gone. See this Galatian raiding horseman, I do catch this Persian light archers, and he probably should have just had it keep going in, because it probably would have made it out with more than alive. Now he's raining down arrows down here. No, I'm not sure if I agree with that. And as you can see, I'm just pelting this unit with javelins. See, he removes one of his bloody pikeman unit back, and while he's been running that Persian light archer, he doesn't actually, he's not careful where it's going. I actually catch it with one of my Oathsworn. And I'm moving my Thracian warriors around because I know he does have the hole in his line. And although he could probably extend it due to the fact there's some of the pikemen up back or holding their pikes up, he could expend both of these. However, now he's in trouble, because I do pop flaming arrows on that. I mean flaming javelins, however. And one thing you can always remember, if you didn't bring any like javelin ranged infantry, remember most sword infantry anyway has they have javelins they can throw. I have no clue what he was doing with this Persian light archer here. He might have been doing it to bait me to attack his pikemen. However, I decided that I might as well do it now anyway. A lot of his pikemen are dead, and when the pikeman line gets thin, when their morale starts dropping, that is when you want to go in. Or actually, if there's any other units intertwined in there that are not pikeman units, that's when we want to attack. But you can see some of them are getting in there anyway. And that's all I need. I need them, not necessarily die, but I need them to drop their pikes. So I have some of my arrows getting thrown in. He charged, I believe it was the Gema Spear into my Oathsworn, how that did not end well for it. As Azek Knight is dying, his lovely pikeman is now losing, which is very good once I just make that hole. I have my Thracian warrior over here. I'm basically just having get these Persian light archers out of there. I'm not expecting to kill any of them. I have the rest of my melee units ready. I forgot about this one Thracian warrior back here though. Basically, I'm just waiting for the hole to open up, and there it happened. Basically, at this point, he knows that the hole is going to happen. The second this routs, it's all over. So basically, what he tries to do now is he basically tries to reform the box around my army. However, since I have these Thracian warriors right here, and that one over there, basically I don't let him do it, and at that point, that's his undoing. There we go. The lovely pikeman breaks. He did bring this one over. I was a bit late. As you can see, steady, there's none of them dead, and they're on steady already, which is not very good. Now, you want to be careful of putting your pikemen, telling them to attack when they're not in like a lineup formation, because then someone's going to do something like this where they are very vulnerable. Now, I have my, now again, he moves his pikemen out, which is not a good idea. You do not want to do that. There, I send these tribal warriors up. Now this pike family is basically just all broken up. There's no help for them. These lovely pikemen their backs are exposed. Start sending the rest of my tribal warriors and my Thracian warriors around the back. He does fire flaming arrows, so I think most of his archers are on flaming arrows, which is not a good idea. No, these ones aren't. He does get a good amount of kills with these archers, however, there's just tribal warriors if he takes out my Thracian warriors, I'm fine with that. Because I was going to use these guys to get around the side, however, since what ended up being, these guys ended up just being good cannon fodder. cannon fodder he went for. Now this levy pikeman around here, it's getting flanked on the side by a travel warrior. Now I've flew in a levy pikeman over here, I can continue sending the rest of my travel warriors and Oatsworn up there. I just leave this station warrior right here, basically just to be cannon fodder, because I knew he was going to try and take out that one instead, since that's the one that those Persian light archers are closest to. That levy pikeman right there routes, and any second now he just straight up rage quits, because he knows he cannot win anymore. So, I definitely think my opponent could have won that. I definitely had very good micro with my javelin cavalry, and they did a lot more damage than they really should have. Especially getting out such expensive cavalry, those chariots, and a good amount of archers. I was going to say, my opponent, he definitely had a chance there. I actually feel like if he just gave up camping on the hill and just straight up just formed an attack, I'm not sure if I would have been able to beat him there. However, his archers just kept being out of position. Over here, I kept scurrying them away, and his pike box just ultimately fell apart. Because if you guys are going to pike box, please don't use levy pikemen. If you're going to use levy pikemen, do not let the enemy's range units get near them. All right, because otherwise your pike box it's just going to hurt you in the end. Because then now your opponent is inside the box. It's kind of like how you want barbarians outside the gate. Barbarians outside the gates are not a problem. However, barbarians inside the gates are a problem. I guess it's similar to pike boxes in a way. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the replay, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!